You're listening to the Membership Geeks podcast, bringing you proven practical tips and advice from the leading experts on growing a successful membership business.
Well, hello there. Welcome to another episode of the Membership Geeks podcast. I'm your host, Mike Morrison, one half of the Membership Geeks, and this is the place to be for proven practical tips and advice on growing a successful online membership business. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day, week, month, year, life. Hopefully everything is going chickadee-boo in your world. And if you are a brand new subscriber, despite my use of the term chickadee-boo, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button in your podcast app to ensure that, just as Aerosmith wanted, you don't ever miss a thing when it comes to membership advice. And if you're a long-term listener, you know I love and appreciate you. Thanks for all the great feedback. Thanks for all of the reviews. If you've not yet had the opportunity to leave a nice, shiny 5-star review, because let's face it, there's no other kind you would possibly want to leave for the show, right? If you've not had that opportunity, it would mean so much to me, to Callie, to the entire Membership Geeks and Membership Academy team, if you could just take a minute or two out of your day to do us a solid and leave us a nice review. Not only does it help us to validate that we're doing something well and we're achieving our goal for this podcast, which is to help you in your membership journey, but it also helps us to reach other people too. The more reviews that we have, the more Apple and Spotify and all these other platforms will send us out into the world to do great things. So if you can leave a review, please do so. We love and we read each and every one individually. And hit us up on social. We are at Membership Geeks pretty much everywhere. So on Twitter, on Threads, is it Threads or Thread? So early. On Thread, on Instagram, on Facebook, you can hit us up at Membership Geeks to let us know that you have left us a review so we can thank you personally and show our appreciation. All right. Today we're talking about a big hot topic right now, AI, artificial intelligence. No, not the Jude Law and Haley Joel Osment movie from like 20, 30 years ago, although that movie is slept on. I love that movie. That movie was cool. That was heartbreaking at the end. No spoilers. I mean, it's 20 odd years. It's not a spoiler. No, we're talking about AI, and particularly AI in the context of you and your membership business. Everyone is talking about AI. There's been such huge developments over recent years, particularly within the last 12 months. Some of those developments are extremely exciting. Some are pretty problematic. Some are the stuff of apocalyptic nightmares. But however you feel about AI, there's definitely no sign of it slowing down. But what does that mean for you as a membership site owner in real terms? So in this episode, I don't want to do what everyone else who's out there talking about AI is doing and run down all the reasons why it's amazing, it's a game changer, or 10 ways to use AI, 10 ideas for this. Instead, I want to get a little bit more real with you and talk about, okay, how should you be feeling? How should you be reacting? Should you be panicking? Should you be changing your business model? Does AI mean the end of online education or memberships or courses? Should you be betting the house on AI, or should you be burying your head in the sand and hoping that it passes by? Is it just another fad? Well, the reason why a lot of these questions are coming up, and we literally get questions from people like, should I be panicking? Is my membership dead? Is there any point starting a membership if everything is going to be AI driven? And you are probably seeing constant emails and social media posts telling you about how AI should be your absolute number one focus and how it's going to completely change absolutely everything about everything that you're doing. So many news headlines about jobs being instantly replaced by AI. And so understandably, people aren't sure what they should be doing. Like regular, everyday people aren't sure how they should be thinking or reacting. So to all of that, for all the noise, all the hullabaloo, all of the panic-inducing clickbait, first thing I would say is don't panic. And don't get too sucked into the hype. This happens every time marketers find the next big thing. 9 times out of 10, the next big thing is a big old nothing burger. AI isn't that. AI actually is a big thing, but that's just making marketers even worse. I mean, you saw it, right? When everyone was on Twitter and in your inbox telling you that you and your business had to adapt to cryptocurrency or you were dead in the water. Do you remember that? Do you also remember when everyone was telling you that if your business didn't pivot to start offering NFTs, it was going to be left behind? Do you remember that? Or you're thinking, hang on, what? Oh yeah, NFTs. I remember that few months where they were actually a thing. Remember when everyone was telling you that your membership needs to move to the metaverse? Even Mark Zuckerberg doesn't care about the metaverse now. You should remember all this because it was only a year or two ago. This happens all the time. Marketers keep doing this. Now, the AI boom isn't going to go the way of NFTs. It's not going to go the way of crypto. It's not going to go the way of the metaverse. It's real. It's bigger than that. It's definitely different from those other things, but its impact on your member business is being similarly overblown by run-of-the-mill marketers who are already positioning themselves as AI experts or experts on AI for business. The amount of people who were up on the keynote stage a year or two ago at social media conferences and marketing conferences talking about NFTs, talking about the metaverse, who this year are up there talking about AI. Like, it's just something that we have to deal with. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't take AI seriously. You should. It doesn't make it a fad. It's not. But you must have seen all these posts. I mean, they must be using ChatGPT to write these posts where it's like 99% of people are using ChatGPT wrong. Here's how you can be part of the 1%. Yeah. And you've got thousands and thousands of people writing the exact same promotional content. Anyway, so calm down. If you're panicking about AI, if you're wondering whether it means you've got to totally change your vision for your membership, you're wondering whether your great idea for your membership is even worth bothering with, what's the point of starting a business in anything that isn't AI? Don't get carried away. Don't let marketers in particular and, blogs and newspapers and everyone who is really, really pushing this, don't let them shake you. Don't panic. Don't throw out something perfectly solid with your membership to go in some unknown direction that is AI-centric. So let's talk about what people are actually using AI for in business right now. Like right now, the most common practical applications of AI as it relates to most online businesses are using it to come up with ideas for content or to actually create that content. Now, that's not all AI can do, not by any stretch of the imagination. And ChatGPT, which is the one you probably heard of, the one everyone talks about, that's not the only AI tool that there is. It's just one. Now, a lot of people are just using it for content or for research or for ideas. And when you do see the marketers sending you emails and sending social media posts, telling you how they're going to show you, join my webinar and learn how AI is going to revolutionize your business. Basically, it just boils down to getting you to use AI to write your blog posts or your email subject lines. So the way most people that you're probably seeing out there raving about AI, the way they're using it or teaching it is still pretty narrow in terms of what it can do. And not helping it is the fact that pretty much every other piece of software or tool that's out there is rushing to add in an AI component. But when you actually look at what those features are, again, it ends up just being, use our shiny new built-in AI tool to come up with ideas for blogs. The rush to capitalize on AI is leading to a lot of pointless and generic stuff. And it's leading to a lot of pointless and generic content. So while the idea of having AI write your content for you might be appealing, it is already resulting in a lot of very samey, mediocre content being published because everyone has the same idea. And also the content that's created is actually quite inaccurate a lot of the time and requires a lot of checking and correction. Now, as membership owners, most of us are trading on our specialist expertise. So having AI write content around specialized subjects can result in very, very mixed outcomes. The important thing with this, even if, you follow the crowd and you just start using ChatGPT to write your blog posts, you just have to remember, these are just tools. It's just a tool. But because it's this exciting brand new thing, people are turning that solution into a problem. They're giving themselves that problem to solve where they're like, okay, where can we use AI in our business? And then they go out and try and answer that question rather than using AI being the answer to the question. So they're saying, how do we use AI in our business? As opposed to looking at the existing challenges and problems they have and asking, could AI be the solution to this problem we have identified? For a lot of people, AI is a solution looking for a problem. Or in other words, it's not something they actually need. It's something you've lived without. It's something you could continue to live without. You've got to remember it's just a tool. You use it to fix something. You use it to address a problem. You don't make it the problem. You don't make your top priority, let's try and find a way to use this cool new AI thing. So this episode is basically should just be titled, just calm down about AI a little bit. It's understandable people get excited, get a bit carried away, because it is cool. It is like magic. I won't lie. Every time I've used an AI-driven tool, as a big, old, nerdy tech person, my jaw hits the floor every time. It's like actual magic. Now, in terms of how AI is used, as I've said, the way most people are talking about it, they are conflating AI with ChatGPT, and most typically ChatGPT for writing stuff. But that's just such a tiny little fragment of what AI can be used for. Content creation and ideation is what's getting the most focus, because it does feel like magic having something created from nothing. To literally just type in, write a 1,000 word blog article about how mushrooms are amazing. And it just writes it. It just creates it. The very first thing I had ChatGPT do was write a poem about the famous wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin going to buy a bagel. Just because I wanted to throw something completely random, and it was it was magic. It made sense. It rhymed. It was clever. It was pithy. It was good. So no wonder it's getting the most focus. Same with image generation, although people aren't finding, most people are just isn't that really, really cool? Show me a picture of, Santa Claus skateboarding on the moon. They're just using it because they can, because it's fun, right? And it feels like magic having that stuff created. But actually the more exciting applications of AI from a business point of view, from a membership point of view, are in other things, like using AI to create transcripts or automatically generate podcast show notes and video summaries. Being able to use AI to replicate your voice and actually create audio from text that sounds exactly like you. We occasionally use a tool called Descript for edits on some audio. We have an editor who actually edits the podcast in general, but for other stuff, if we're taking little audio snippets that we're going to turn into animated videos for TikTok, I'll just do myself in Descript. Now, I've taught Descript what my voice sounds like. It basically had me read a chapter from Alice in Wonderland, and their AI can be used so that if I just feed it some text, it will speak out that text in my voice. Now, you'll probably notice a little bit of the difference. It'll be flat in some areas. There won't be the inflection in others and stuff like that. But man, it is scary. And it is magical. And it is impressive. And it's exciting. So much more exciting than just, hey, can you write me some social media posts about how great email marketing is? There's a lot of exciting applications of AI out there that are still relatively young. that are still early stage, but that are going to enable amazing things. Like there could come a day where this podcast could be entirely written. I could pay someone to write for me. I could then take that and feed that into an AI tool, which speaks it in my voice. And 99% of you won't be any the wiser. Now, I did consider whether I'd do the really smug, smarmy thing and do that for this podcast episode. But man, the thing that's missing is the human element. I like being on this podcast. I like sitting with a mic and just shooting off and having some little notes and just going for it. AI can't do that. AI doesn't have that human element, that ability to improvise, that feeling of enjoyment when they're talking, when they get into a flow. And I think that shows. I think there's a little uncanny valley element creeping through into AI-generated content, videos, images, text, audio, whatever. But yeah, stuff like that. And also things like, chatbots, AI-driven chatbots. AI is making chatbots a lot smarter. AI-powered search. Obviously, the main search engines, like Google, Microsoft, whatever, they're using AI now to inform, or they're going to be more focused on using AI to inform search results. Now, that could be impacting traffic to your website because it's another way that they're going to keep people on the search engine, keep people in Google, rather than them clicking off to somewhere else. Because, hey, why click through to this website with a full article when our AI can just give you that answer? So that's a challenge we're all going to have to face, and that's why you're going to want to look into other content outlets that don't rely on Google, podcasting, video, social, that sort of stuff. But there's also tools that can use AI to empower the search side of things on your membership. There's AI functionality where someone on your membership can search for a question and the AI will look at the content you've created in your membership and use that to provide basically the answer that you would give them based on the knowledge, based on the stuff that's inside your membership. Still a little hit and miss. Some of these tools, it's coming out that actually the answers are partly based on your content, but it's also pulling stuff in from third parties, which kind of goes against the whole point of it. But they're getting there, right? These kind of things are far more exciting for membership owners than just having ChatGPT write you some generic email content that's probably only 50% accurate and doesn't fit your tone or your brand. But of course, just because these exciting and useful tools are out there doesn't mean you should bend over backwards to implement them just because you want to find some way to use AI in your membership. Again, these are just tools. They should be used as such, which is to say they should be used to solve actual problems, not just for the novelty factor. If you find yourself scratching your head trying to figure out where AI-powered tools fit in your membership, then the good news is that there's probably not a huge need for them right now. Now, of course, this is an area that's moving quickly, and that is very, very vast. So for today's episode, I really just wanted it to be a bit of a sanity check on how membership owners should be viewing things and approaching AI, particularly because of how much marketers are banging everyone over the head with it and making people think that their business will die within months if everything isn't suddenly running on AI and all your blogs aren't being written by a robot. However, if you want to dive deeper into specific practical uses of AI within the membership world, the broader range of how AI might impact it, how things might change, then we actually recently published a blog series on AI for memberships over at the Membership Geeks website, where we look at the impact of AI on the membership site industry, looking at trends, looking at predictions. We looked at ways to improve membership site management with time-saving AI tools, how to use AI-powered chatbots to improve membership engagement, how to use AI for efficient member onboarding and enhanced retention, and of course, how membership owners can streamline content creation with AI. So this is a real in-depth series that gives you a lot more of the meat of how to use it, the tools that you could be utilizing, where things might be going long-term. Today was just really a leveler. It was a sanity check. It was the typical thing we like to do taking the shine off all the nonsense that the marketers are putting out there, all the hype and the spin, and giving you the real perspective on where you should stand, where your head should be, how you should be thinking, how you should be reacting. So hopefully it's been useful for that. And if you want to dive deeper into our series on AI for memberships, go to membershipgeeks.com/AI. It's membershipgeeks.com/AI. All right. Oh, I can put that soapbox away. Hopefully you found today's episode useful. Hopefully it's calmed you down a bit if you've been losing sleep about the rise of the robots. Of course, this is a fast-changing world, so no doubt I'll be back again in another 2 or 3 weeks saying, cancel everything I just said and bow down to our new mechanical overlords. But hopefully it won't come about that soon, because we've got a lot more tips and advice to give you from the wonderful world of memberships. And I'll be back again with another installment of the Membership Geeks podcast very soon to do just that. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Membership Geeks podcast, we invite you to check out membershipacademy.com. Membership Academy is the original membership about memberships, and it's the essential resource for anyone at any stage of starting, growing, and running a successful online membership business. Whether you're still trying to figure out what your idea is going to be and you need some help making it a reality, or whether your website is already up and running and you're looking for ways to grow and attract new members, then Membership Academy can help you to get to the next level. Not only do you get access to our step-by-step membership roadmap, our extensive training library, and exclusive member-only discount and tools, you'll also become part of our supportive, active community of membership owners that will help you along the way in your journey with feedback, encouragement, and advice. All of this and more make Membership Academy the #1 place to be for anyone looking to start, manage, and grow a successful membership business. Check it out and join the community at membershipacademy.com.